today's stop loss cluster video for the 3rd of March for the QuasiDB service. An update on gold, because I said I was going to update you guys yesterday. Still waiting for the signal. It did flash red to sell, but I'm looking at a very small time frame chart to enter, and I used the 1 minute, which is something that you could do. It does require quite a lot of discipline and patience. 5 minute might be good, 15 minute may be better. But the hourly, I'll wait for the signal to go red and the moving average trend to all flash red. Then I'll go to the 1 minute. We are bearish because of the sentiment, and it'd be kind of strange if it went up because these guys would get paid, and they're normally counter trend. This is the previous auto trend line, and this is the current auto trend line from FX SSI. It's a free indicator, and we're seeing how we're getting like a triangle wedge formation, and I think we'll break that one. We'll get the SLC, which is 1718. One above is 1732. My ultimate target for March is 1677, because that's MS1, and it could well come down here because of the sentiment. So quick look at S&P. So what we're currently undergoing, a bearishness on the candle on the H4. We can see whether or not it's high volume by the darkness of the color. So this is a bearish candle due to the dark color, and this is a bullish candle due to it being dark blue. And we're having a dark red. It's like a pinky red, and we've got some upside wicks as well. So there is some resistance on the hourly. We've got a bearish ABCD, and we're having some pitchfork upper resistance on the hourly. However, if we go to the small time frame, and we've got some support from the lows, the London lows here, and they're actually insignificant volumes all day. But the one of interest was this one here, a bearish one, and we had another bearish one. So we want more bullish small time frame candles, and it should hold. And if this does hold, it'd be great for us because our signals are risk on. So it is very, very important to check the S&P if you're trading the dollar or the yen. You do definitely want to check risk. That being said, I think we can talk about the pairs now. Yep. So AJ above 83.83, 83.39. Wait, we are buy. But remember, the Aussie bubble is very extreme. It's incredibly extreme and alone as well. And when we find bubbles are alone and they've gone really, really far, it kind of hints at reversal. So this will do well if the S&P comes up, regardless. So do remember to check an eye on the S&P, Dow Jones, DAX, and things like that. But this might be seeing a reversal. Very skewed on the MyFX book. AU. This is a large stop loss cluster down here. It's a potential candidate for NFP because it's so large, and if you can push price, then why the hell not? It would ruin these guys, it would ruin these guys' day, maybe week or month. So it shouldn't be coming down to get it because we are actually a buy, and it would just be super cruel. Technically, if we cross below monthly pivot, we could get it. So keep an eye on 7759. One above 7841. We're close, but I've got a feeling this is going to get raided. This is incredibly cruel. Possibility of an Aussie reversal. So yeah, it's going to be horrendous if it gets that. Poor these guys. Yeah, signal center wait. EA, sell on the signal, sell on the sentiment. 15473. 15417. EU, this was the stop loss cluster. And there, can you see that blue line? The new one below is 12044 and 12116. So that was just a shaking of the weak hands. I mean, it should be coming up because of the sentiment. Moving average trend is bearish on all time frames apart from the 1 minute. If that flashes red, we could get a signal to sell again. And we're below monthly pivot, like I said on the chat. This is now below monthly pivot. We were above for maybe about an hour and a half, and then we're back below. So 12090, 120.90, and it's them ticking up. So if they buy this dip, it'll come down. So this is a good indicator, the ratios. GU, one below is 13926, 14011. We are a buy. Some resistance from here and some support from here. So we are quite sideways. So if you just look at the charts when I go through, just check your rectangles. If you see like two rectangles close together, we're in a consolidation, and a pound USD is doing that right now. Trend line is down, but we've broken it. So yeah, moving average trend is bearish, and the signal sent to sell just flashed. Got to be careful. NU, there's your monthly pivot. We did cross below, and now we're back above. There, we whipped below. 72.77 is your monthly pivot. 73.10 and 72.65 were a buy, and the signal sent away. Yeah, we've got that stop loss cluster. It's so naughty. One above is 12964, 12888, and the signal sent to sell, but we're a buy. My FX book is very skewed and squeezed, so these guys might have to give up, and if they give up, it could indicate a reversal. So them giving up will then cause that line to tick up, and if that ticks up, price will come down. So monthly pivot's 128.22. So yeah, tricky one today. Pound yen, there's a consolidation that I was talking about, those two rectangles. I've got a feeling we're going to be in between again. We did have an attempt to break out, and we could be back below. And one above is far away, 15061 and 14907. If we take the SLC out, we could come in between. We can bounce up and down for the rest of the week. We're above monthly pivot, so we have a bullish bias, and the sentiment is a buy. Dollar yen, we took out the stop loss cluster, like I said. Big liquidity area. And actually, that size didn't get smaller, so that's interesting. I think this is going to be likely. 107.23 and 106.62. It's quite strong technically, and we're a buy here as well, but we're skewed on the sentiment of my FX book. So they might have to give up. Dollar CAD. This is a signal to sell, so I got out at a small loss. I made a bit of profit, then I had a little loss. So I'm going to look to re-enter because you know, sentimentally we're a sell, and the bubbles are indicating the signal as well. Signal is sent away on the technical, and we're quite strong on the moving average trend. Probably going to wait for these to start flashing a bit more bearishness before I enter. MA is descending, and the SLC above is large of the two, and we're below monthly pivot. So, you know, technically quite bearish, sentimentally we're quite bearish. So I'm going to wait for the signal to flash red. So it's a good time just to study and read if you use this FX multimeter, and just simply, you know, don't enter short now because it wouldn't make any sense. And you enter short when they're all red. And you can just look up from your book and just check this. And it's quite a good way to exercise discipline as well. And discipline is vital for trading. Dollar Swiss, there's your MR1, 9168. SLC above is 9201 and 9130. It's 50-50, so it could go either way. Moving average trend is pretty bullish, apart from the 1 minute. So yeah, we could perhaps see a test of 9168 and a bounce potentially. The SLC is large of the two. And I think that's it. We've covered the gold. I'm going to enter short when it says sell, and that should be a good one. And I think ultimately this is going to be my target, 1677, and that would be a really nice profit for the month, assuming that it doesn't it doesn't whipsaw signal saying to sell and with an average. So I'm going to enter a tight stop. So definitely get this FX multimeter. It's free. And yeah, so I'll wrap up now and I hope you have a good day and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow.